Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Sharon from the Genius Link. Um, really happy because the sun is shining, and that almost never happens in the Netherlands. Today, I have a conversation with Marc DassDass from a warm country, Singapore, and we are gonna talk about Facebook. And I think he's online, so no, and I cannot invite you, Mark. Maybe you should just go on your mobile and then, yeah, because I cannot invite you. I think it's because you're on your desktop, maybe. So move to your laptop and then I can invite you. Okay, see you later. Bye bye. Let me see if it works.
Hey Sharon!
Yes, oh my God,
That's it.
finally.
I'm good. How are you? Sorry for all that
Yeah,
tech.
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are
Sorry
you?
for all that tech issues, huh?
I know. No, it's just a Facebook issue, I think, because it always takes me 5 times to
Yeah.
like really get it work.
Well, today we got it in three, so we're improving.
Yes. So
How's the weather where you are? Looks sunny for.
it is super sunny, but Mark, it's so cold. We are
Yeah.
wearing like, oh my God, gloves and everything. I know you don't know. You don't know how
Yeah.
that feels. Hey Mark, can you like tell me a bit about you? What do you do? Who are you?
So I like your description on how you said I was the king of marketing in Singapore. I really
Yes.
appreciate that. Far from it, but today that was like the highlight of my day. I was like, damn, let me share this post with some people and tell them what I do. Look at what the people in Holland are saying about me.
Hey
My,
Mark, you're doing a really good job, by the way.
I
You
appreciate
know?
that. Thank you so much.
I,
I
I
really
see you
appreciate that.
everywhere, like on your Facebook page, you're doing all these events, you're meeting all these nice people. I saw that you like were at Tony Robbins, etc. So you're living the life.
I am. I believe that you live once, so let's live it fast and die pretty, right? And let's
Yes. Oh,
create an impact in people's lives where we can, a positive impact. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm getting involved in quite a few things now. So primarily, I run a business here that focuses on digital and social media marketing for
yeah.
health and fitness businesses. We are expanding now into the cryptocurrency space. We are moving into community building for crypto. We've worked with some really awesome brands over the last couple of months. So, people like Virgin Active, Logitech, Ultimate Years. So we've been very fortunate and lucky to be doing that. And yeah, so hi, Teresa. Yeah, Teresa's watching. Thanks for joining the chat. Hey, Sam, thanks for joining. Yen Bung, Grace, what's up?
What's up,
Yeah, so
everybody? Hey.
hey guys. So yeah, so it's about, so what I do is I built Singapore's iconic yoga and wellness festival.
Yeah.
We also run a digital marketing agency that helps businesses in the wellness space get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about growing and building a community here. And so community building is something that I'm really interested in and really passionate and happy that I've gotten involved over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's me. And we've had the experience of also working cross border and trying to solve some key issues with your new venture that you're on as well, right? And it was great that
Yep.
we chatted in Singapore in a food court, but we were
Yes.
brainstorming about this
Yes. While
chat.
eating chicken.
We
While
discussed
eating barbecue chicken, by the way.
while eating barbecue chicken. And it's funny when
Yeah. That was
I
a
mean,
nice strategic meeting. Yeah.
it was fun. And you were here, and we talked about this in 2017 in
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, and
And
you,
now we're in March. Hey, so you're talking about like you do a lot of community building. Let's talk about community building online because that's quite
oh,
a hard to do.
yeah.
Um, why should I do it? Like, when should I start with building a community? And how can I get people engaged? How can I keep them engaged on Facebook?
Yeah, I think those are two great questions, two big
Yeah.
questions as well. I
Yeah.
think the why is always the start of any, whether it's a business or an activity, or even if it's a resolution that you're doing for the year. I think that the why is always key, right? So I think it boils down to the business model as well, and the business itself. Like, why do you want to create a community? If your business is selling a product or a service, what do you want to build your community for?
Yeah.
Is it to sell them more products? Is it to create value in their lives? What's the purpose of the community? And
Well, for example, if it's like I want to sell my product or service,
yeah,
right? Then it's
yes,
quite nice to build a community around it. But you shouldn't only like talk about your products or services, right? So
absolutely.
how can I get like how can I keep the people that decided just to be in that community? How can I like what should I do to get them engaged?
Yeah, I think you asked a very good question also on why build a community. So I think if we
Yeah.
take it from the perspective of, let's look at where marketing is going now, right? And let's look at the general state of not the state, but just generally when consumers are consuming information now, everyone's being bombarded, right? With
Oh,
ads, and your mind is,
blindsided.
yeah, and your mind is
Yeah.
automatically filtering out all these ads
Yeah.
and that you're seeing, and you're tacitly also then picking up things that you're interested in. So
Yeah.
a community helps brands engage with a core audience, right? That they want to harness for different reasons. Whether you want to harness your community so that you can sell more product, whether you want to engage them with a service, whether you want to drive them more value. I think as a business, if you want to make impact, if you're a social enterprise, you want to create an impact in society with what you're doing, then you need that community around you, because your community is really your core audience. That could be your evangelists, they could be your the people that are shouting out about your product for you.
Yeah.
They are the people that will support you when times are bad. And when you're talking about an entrepreneurship and running a business, that's the core audience that you could even poll when you want to know whether you are whether your product or service is what people really want. Are you doing well? And also then seeking advice. Sometimes the road to entrepreneurship is tough, and if you've got a community around you.
Yes. Like my perfect community, like my community at first, because I started the Make Your Passion Your Paycheck community.
Yeah.
And the beginning, it was really hard to get people engaged. What I did then, I did like a challenge, a 10-day challenge, where people had to, like every day they had to do an assignment and then post it on Facebook. And that's how I got the community engaged, actually. The goal, I'm still not there. The goal is actually to just, have a community where you can just share your ideas or, your concerns or whatever, but I'm not there yet. But I think it's a lot of testing, etc.
Yeah, I think a community starts small. You don't have to start with 1,000 people or 100 people. I remember when we first started, we only had 100 people on our Facebook page for 3 months.
Yeah.
Maybe even 4 months. We were like at 200, 300 people. We were reaching that 500, and you got a hey, you reached your 500. I don't think that was even there. I don't think that function was even there when we started. So you hit your 1,000 milestone. That Facebook menu. I don't think we even had that. But we suddenly had an uplift at around the 6th or 8th month, when we figured out and we started putting the content out
Yes,
there.
because you need to figure it out, right?
Yes,
So,
it takes some time.
Yeah, because there's not like a universal thing that you can say like, okay, well, you have to create these types of posts because then you can like the engagement will skyrocket. It depends on like your niche or the target group.
Yeah, and it also, I mean, if you're looking at it from a digital marketing perspective or a marketing perspective, I think when you start building your community, think about what you want to do as a marketer. Do I want to be great at customer service? what is my metric that I'm measuring first? Is it going to be great engagement? Is it going to be the number of people I'm onboarding? Is it going to be superb customer service that I'm delivering all the time on my community platform? If I'm engaging with them on a Facebook channel, right? So you got telecommunication companies that are able to shift, mostly all of their customer service onto social media, and it's full 24 hours manned by staff, and that's their feedback channel, right? So are they delivering great customer service there to fix problems that you have? So I think first identifying what that metric would be, that's important. Next would then be to look at also growing your audience by what kind of value you're driving to them. Are you doing freebies and giveaways? Contests worked really well for us as well to get
Contests.
people on board. So getting contests running, getting key influencers and people in your community onto chats, just like what we're doing now, live chats, right? Sharing ideas and sharing perspectives. I think that's important as well, and also to realize that the community doesn't only exist online. So what was really useful for us was when I started building my community or my audience, I started building it online. But after a while, I was like, well, where's the heart? The whole idea was to connect.
Yeah.
And I couldn't connect with everyone online. So we started doing events. So taking the online and transferring it offline, I think that's really key. I think it's like closing the loop of what you're doing. And taking them offline, taking them from the online to the offline, engaging with them, they're sharing with them about the things that they love, sharing with them about you, your story.
I totally agree. I think because I also want to do more of the combination. 2 weeks ago, I had this the workshop, which was absolutely amazing. And what you see is people are really looking to connect with like-minded people, to share their thoughts, etc. And I think that's how you build a community. So it's just a combination of doing it online and offline. That's what I know. Yes.
And also what's that unified passion, or what's that unified item or that they are passionate about? What gels the community together? What's the purpose of the community, and what brings them together? What's the conversation that they like? Do they like talking about yoga? Do they like talking about blockchain? Do they like talking about personal development? What is your brand value and what that stands for? And I think you will naturally attract your first group to you that's already subscribed to your vision and your mission and what you want to accomplish, and that really will seal that community in with you at the start.
Perfect. I still have to work on my strategy, so we're gonna have a talk soon.
We'll do that. Yes, I love talking strategy anytime.
Hey Mark, so we were talking about getting blindsided by ads. If I open my timeline, I see Coach A, I see Coach B, I see the perfect online marketing program that I should use.
Yeah.
Don't people get blindsided by that? And how can I? Because Facebook is a really good app to segment, create segment. How do you say that?
Audience segmentation.
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
And it's the best tool to use, actually.
Yeah.
But how can I make sure that people will see my ad, and how can I interest them to click on my ad? Do you have tips on that, maybe?
That's where the creative needs to meet the science behind it, right? So I think first of all, talking about being blindsided or the mind automatically filtering something out. I think Facebook is done Facebook's just amazing where you don't get ads which don't really you don't get ads which are not really in your area of interest and what you're liking, right? I think the system's always learning about you based on your interactions and what you're doing online.
Absolutely.
There's a massive artificial intelligence system working in the background there. I don't get ads about cigarettes, about going to travel in Dubai, or buying women's underwear, right? I'm a guy. Well, if I had trawled some sites, I probably would have got that.
Yeah.
So naturally, it already filters you by your profile and what you want.
Yeah.
I think the key
Definitely.
then is like, let's say for me, if I'm looking at a lot of marketing tech tools that I want to buy, right? If I've gone online and I've searched a marketing tool on their website, they're probably retargeting me. So when I come to Facebook, I'm seeing those ads. I think to be effective, the art comes in two things, right? Number one, the visual impact that you're providing. How creative is your ad? How, are the colors standing out? Is the picture standing out? Is that working? And then the next thing would be, what's your copy? What's the message that you're sending? What is the copy, the ad copy that you're putting out? And then comes in the science by taking this and split testing it, right? So you've got a photo, and typically with split testing, in order to be effective, you change only one parameter. So if you're going to change the copy, then you're doing variables of that copy, and you're putting different messages but using the same photo. So is that working? And then going back to your dashboards and looking which ones are people clicking at, what's the click-through rates, and then measuring your metrics, and then amplifying what works. Whatever doesn't work, you don't do. Facebook's also got a new, well, it's not new, but Facebook's got a split testing tool which automates the process for you. Hey Matthew, what's up? we get some hellos.
Do you know Teresa? You have to say hi to Teresa as well.
Hello, Teresa. Yeah, I give you a shout out earlier. So we've got a split testing tool which helps marketers simplify the process, but also then launch your ads in a smart way. Whether you're testing your audience overlap, whether you're testing your ad copy, whether you're testing the placement, right? Is Instagram working more or is Facebook working more? So you can choose which platforms are also working. So Holiday Jones, yes, that's right. Visual message test. I appreciate that. Great summary for my very long sentence. So the key, great visuals. What is the message that you're sending out? And always test. You'll find something that works. You've got companies that spend anywhere between 500 to 50,000 a month on Facebook ads. We've done that for e-commerce companies. We've seen zero return in the first 4 weeks, zero, and then we're like, really? Oh my God, what's going wrong, right?
Yeah.
Split test, change copy, change graphic, come back again. We went from 0 to 5x ROI in the next 4 weeks. We took it to nine times ROI in the 8th week, and then in the 8th week, and then from 9 weeks onwards we were doing at 10x, and then it sort of tapered out at about 10x.
So something like a picture or like a piece of content can make a difference.
It make a huge difference. Whether it's as simple as, I think there were lots of tests that were shown before of how a smiley face might work versus an angry face. So it's as simple as, even that could be the difference, right? So testing that out. Great graphics. I think great visuals are important because human beings are just very visual, right? We see things fast. You've got microseconds to capture an audience interest. So if you like what you see, oh, that looks good. What is that about? Read the ad copy, read the message. If it resonates with you, okay, you'll check it out. If the ad copy doesn't resonate with you, you don't like the language, you see a grammar error, you're out.
Of course. Yeah, then you're out.
So testing was really the key. I can tell you, I can share with you, even I've run Facebook ads 4 years ago, and I was testing Asian face versus Caucasian face in the same yoga pose. The exact same yoga pose. Warrior 2, yoga pose, same ad copy, same background. An Asian face, Caucasian face. 5 times the difference on reach and engagement.
Really?
Massive. And that was just a test phase. Amplifying it, I think we got about 2,000, 2,500, 5,000 reach. The other was like 25, 40,000, click-throughs were, CTR rates were starting at grew, I think, 50%, 50 to 90% just by changing the face. So
Wow.
something, yeah. So first and foremost, you got to understand the audience type. Who
Mm-hmm.
is your target audience, right?
Hmm.
Who's the business really serving? Who is the target audience?
Okay.
What's the audience persona? The audience persona is so key to where you're gonna start. Because if you don't know who you're serving it up to,
Yeah. Yeah, I
then
know the answer to
yeah,
that.
if you don't know, then you're shooting in the dark, and that's a lot of.
Absolutely.
And then you start working for Facebook, because you give them all the money and
Yeah. They get rich
Holiday
from it.
Jones.
Like, hey,
Holiday has
thank
a
you.
question. How did you know?
Okay.
What did you ask
Whether,
the question?
how do you know whether that was the criteria to your test for? Um,
Okay,
holiday?
Holiday, you're referring to the two different faces, I think. Um, how did I know? Um, I was in an industry where I was using two influencers, so I was testing which influencer will work better, right? So that was why I chose two different faces, both female, uh, and then I had a hunch. I had a feeling of like, wait a minute, if it was the same influencer, or if it was the same female, but just different whether she was Caucasian or Asian, would that make a difference? I was curious. I just thought, well, let's just see what the audience says, right? Because at the end of
Yes.
the day, the audience, your market will tell you whether you're working or not, or your market will dictate whether it's good or not. And the market just spoke for itself. So I was like, wow. So I
Wow.
was really surprised. So that's what sparked my interest to always test different things. We
You got me
were,
thinking. Like, seriously. Like, you got me
right?
thinking. Yeah.
It's just something like that. And
It's as simple as that.
it's
Wow.
simple. We split tested the same resort. Okay, so dealing with a hotel company, and we were looking at how we could improve conversion rates for a particular resort. The resort,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be the swimming pool versus the rooms. A picture of the swimming pool and the beach
Yeah.
versus a picture of the room.
Yeah.
Completely different engagement rates as well, right? Um, we were selling lifestyle products.
Mm-hmm.
Using a picture with the word sale in red and black letters on the top right hand corner, right, of
Yeah.
a large, versus using the word no word sale in the picture but sale in the ad copy.
Okay.
Really different results, on purchasing and buying as well. You just don't know.
Really?
Yeah. 30% discount versus you click now and get 30% discount versus click now and get $30 off or $20 off. Also different
Yeah.
result,
Okay. Yes.
right?
That gets me thinking. Well, I'm just gonna do some testing as well then.
Yeah.
You inspired me, Mark. Like, really, you inspired me. Hey,
Oh, thank
so
you. Yeah.
last question, because I can talk
Yes.
hours with you about
I know.
marketing and
Yeah.
like social media, etc. But I want to ask you just one question.
Sure.
Who is your hero and why?
Who is my hero?
Yes.
Uh, I get a lot of okay. I get a lot of inspiration from one man. That's Tony Robbins. I really admire what he's done, and he's someone that I just get a lot of inspiration from. Yeah, Tony Robbins. I had the chance to high five him.
Yes, I
Just,
saw the picture.
just I think
I
like
saw
a
the
month
picture
ago.
on Facebook.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
moment.
That was
Yes.
that. That was the moment for me. So yeah. So my inspiration will be Tony Robbins. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, so much. Probably see you in another strategic meeting in Singapore or maybe in Lelystad, right?
Or maybe in Lelystad. Matthew Ray. Yes. Matthew Ray
Yes.
went to Tony Robbins with me, so he's pumping it up. Go, Matthew.
Hey,
Wow.
so thank you so much, and we'll keep in contact. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thanks, Sharon. You
Bye
take care.
bye.
Bye bye. Have
Yes,
a nice
bye.
day. See you.